Hi, I'm Paul from the Racer's Edge. Nice to meet you. Nige.
How you doing?
How you doing? Dave, nice to see you. Let's start with 2020. A weird year, great album, good response.
Yeah, all of that and more.
And yet you couldn't tour the album, which must have been a huge frustration
Absolutely,
for you.
yeah. 100%.
That was the kind of bit that backfired.
Yeah. So am I right in saying that this is your first gig? Or have you played anything since?
First one.
Yeah, last gig we did was just before the pandemic, wasn't it? Sweden.
February.
Played February last year, and then that was it. Cut off.
But neither of you are unfamiliar with this place, because obviously you've been here several times, I think.
Fifth time.
Yeah. And didn't you play with Bull Riff?
3 times. With Bull Riff, yeah.
So what's your affinity with the festival? Is it something that if you're offered it, you'll always come? Or?
Yeah, I mean, it's proper British metal festival. So we're not going to say no, that's for sure.
Yeah, sure. So obviously tonight you are headlining a tent, which is great because obviously it gives you profile, and you're going to try and get 20,000 people into a 5,000 tent, which could be quite interesting.
Yeah, it's going a bit mad outside by all accounts. So.
Yeah, I've been over to the some of the main campsites, and it's a little bit tight, to be honest. So yeah,
everyone's chomping at the bit to get in.
Just got out the rest of our crew can get in. That's all.
You're still struggling.
Front of house guy's not here yet.
Wow.
Guitarist in here yet.
So what can we expect from you tonight, guys? Because obviously you've obviously been rehearsing and getting yourself together, but it's been difficult to rehearse, hasn't it?
We've done about 6, haven't we?
Yeah, I think about 6 in total since we've been allowed.
Yeah,
that's the first time, like we were saying, first time in 1 year we hadn't been in the room together for about a year.
Yeah,
all together at the same time, which was really weird.
Yeah, we didn't have Jeff for the first few rehearsals, did we? Because he's had some shoulder problems that he's been rehabilitating. So but then when we had the full set, that's when we got things all tightly knitted together, wasn't it? Ready for tonight.
It's a little bit special tonight.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
So for you as the frontman, how does it in terms of containing the adrenaline when you get out there?
The adrenaline started last night.
Yeah.
At home. Yeah, it was sort of pacing around the kitchen, and my missus is there going, "You all right?" And I'm just like, "Yeah." 1 minute I'm excited, next minute I'm nervous. It's you know, but as soon as, like I say, as soon as I get on the stage, you know, the adrenaline will be the good adrenaline, and I'll just go and do what I do. But it's surreal that this is happening for me, to be honest. But the excitement is unbelievable. I'm just containing myself particularly well at the minute.
You can't stop smiling or laughing.
And obviously, I mean, you've been around. Nige, obviously, you've been around a long time on the metal scene. So for this festival, obviously, we've now got a best of British in effect.
Yeah.
How does that feel? Because obviously, in other years, you've had European bands and you've had bigger European bands and all the rest of it. So how does it feel being one of the headliners on a British event?
I think it's very cool, and we're grateful to give this opportunity today to put on the show we're going to put on tonight. And I think for so many bands who haven't had a great deal of exposure, it's going to be incredible for them, because the fans are going to be so hungry to see as many bands as they can, I think.
Yeah.
And it's such a great showcase for these other bands as well. You know, so.
Yeah. Especially the first band playing are friends of ours from because I'm from Weymouth down in Dorset, and 3 of the lads in the upcoming band, the first band, are from Weymouth as well. And the drummer actually lives next door to my mum and dad in Weymouth.
Really?
So I grew up with him. I've known him since he was 4 years old. So.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So I better hurry up so you can get in there and see it.
Yeah, it's going to be great to see them as well, because they've worked really hard, and you know they've kept the ball rolling as best they can during the pandemic as well, because they played New Blood. They played New Blood in 2019, and they got a really good response. So it's nice to see those bands come up as well. See friends, you know. So.
And what about being on the opening night? Because that's obviously you know Bloodstock is party night. Everyone's been in the campsite for a few hours on the beers. Is that a preferential slot because you've actually got everyone's focus?
It's not everyone's hanging out their asses in the tent. You know, hopefully we get the bulk of the crowd for because they're all going to want to come.
We've never played on the first day before, but Dave said how good it is.
We opened. I think we played in 2013.
Yeah, I remember watching you.
And it's probably one of the best shows I've ever done, because that was tied in with Wacken as well. Because I think we did Wacken the week before, and then we come back and played. Bloodstock, and it It was either vice versa. Like, I'm not too sure. Like they were a week apart, and it was unbelievable. I mean, the crowd were just mental for it. It's that first night, beers start flowing, everyone gets a bit excited. And,
So I think first night after this long layoff.
Yeah.
With a don't know what to expect. I think it's going to be absolutely insane. Fingers crossed.
So just one couple of final questions. You obviously played 2006 when I think it was it still indoor? Or
it was indoors. Yeah.
And you've obviously played a few times here, Dave. So how is the festival still maintains that small feel despite the fact there are now 20,000 people here today?
Yeah.
How has it expanded for you? How do you feel about the way in which Bloodstock has expanded? Is expanded organically in a way that it should have?
I think so. It's like the first one I went to was in 2003, that was indoors.
Yeah.
And that was with, I think, True Bodom and Gamma Ray, and I'm pretty sure Onslaught were in that one. Was that
2006?
2006. And from going from that, and then I actually played in the first time I've played Bloodstock 4 times. I correct myself actually. The first time I played it was in 2008 when I joined a band called Anger Management, and we played the New Blood stage then. And that was my first introduction. That was when the New Blood stage was a lot. I don't even know if it was a New Blood stage then.
I think it was Unsigned then, wasn't it?
Unsigned stage. Yeah. So we played that one, and then shortly after, the ball reformed, and then that was when things got rolling with that. So going to see from that, and then the first when we played the first time in the New Blood, it was the New Blood stage before that, which was a really narrow marquee. It was like really narrow, really long,
wasn't it? Yeah.
So that was the, and then the following year, that was 2012. The following year we did Sophie, and it was this layout, and it was the same size.
I mean, it's great it's expanding, because obviously the scene's expanding.
Yeah.
So that's a very good sign, I think.
And how do you see the scene at the moment, the British metal scene in general? I mean, obviously you're part of the thrash scene, which is you've ridden ups and downs all the way along, Nige, but it seems to have thrashers seem to have a resurgence the last couple of years. Again, there's a lot of thrash bands on this weekend.
I mean, in that respect, it's great. I mean, we haven't really tested the water in the clubs yet, because we only tour the UK maybe every 3 or 4 years. So obviously the tour's been cancelled for the album, so we didn't find out. But next year, I guess we were going to see how it is at club level.
Yeah. So final question: next year, what's the plans? Are you hoping to get out and tour this album?
100%. Yeah. Desperate to do it. See the world.
Label are going to do a relaunch. Fingers crossed.
Brilliant.
New video. We've got some other product in mind. Not new material, but it's going to be very interesting for the fans, I think, and to us as well. So that could be kind of cool. So that's going to try and boost all of the profile for touring. There's some touring plans. So.
Brilliant. I wish you a cracking gig. You won't need it. It's been an absolute pleasure to meet you and to have a chat.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you keep up to date with future episodes by subscribing to our channels. For more information on this podcast, or for all the latest music news, reviews, interviews and more, head over to our website www.therazorsedge.rocks.